There's no doubt that there's a lot to share in this, and there isn't one person that's accountable for the recovery of the stock market or the economy. And the adult in the room was the Federal Reserve, who took emergency measures, justified or not, to save this economy as we were going off a cliff. The current president, the past president, all deserve some credit, but the animal spirits were unleashed under the current administration. This is when small business really took off and felt emboldened to put a shovel in the ground, to hire people, to take the necessary steps to grow the U.S. economy. And those animal spirits can be very fragile. They're a function of pro-growth policies. Those pro-growth policies started under the current administration. Look, we talk about things like tax reform. It isn't just one policy, but it's the concept, it's the enthusiasm, it's the confidence that businesses need to take the necessary steps to grow the middle class in this country. I saw earlier you had the National Federation of Independent Businesses, NFIB, and again, small business confidence is so critical. It's the backbone of the U.S. economy, and that really has only taken off as of late, and we need to maintain that enthusiasm to maintain the current recovery. And I think that's where we talk about things like trade. It's important that pro-growth policies continue, and tax cuts may be a component of pro-growth. We worry about sometimes tariffs may actually be a tax hike on the consumer. So far, this has been nothing more than a distraction for the U.S. economy. We haven't missed a beat in terms of GDP growth, in terms of the wage growth we saw in today's jobs report, in terms of the employment growth. So none of those has really had any material, measurable impact yet on the U.S. economy. We talked to a lot of small business owners. We talked to lobstermen in Maine. They're really worried about trade with China and how it can impact their business. We talked to cranberry growers in Plymouth, Massachusetts. They're really worried how this could impact their business. So we run the risk of a distraction to have a material impact on the U.S. economy and derail this great pro-growth recovery. That's what we don't want to see. Of course, Canada, Mexico, they want to make a deal. Europe wants to make a deal. But it's the waiting game with China. And China may be more patient than we are. And we're picking a big battle as we double down on tariffs, which is what the news is today.